1246, the Arukh HaShulchan as this is the case for it's already a couple of weeks. All of the schools of our learning Arukh HaShulchan, at least my teaching Arukh HaShulchan, should be for the Yeshua and Hatzalah of Yoshvei Eretz Yisrael and Klal Yisrael. So today we're doing Yoredeh Siman Kufay Ches, Sif Lamed Zayin to Mem Daled. Lamed Zayin. Kasar Shavitam Zahi Tirabenu Shimshon Beishish Nekar Makor Shala. A woman has her uterus has been uprooted. And pieces of flesh were falling out of her birth canal. The Rash said she's muteris to her husband. Is not the normal way in which women see damnida. And this basis was all the term are built for women who are weak. They cannot become torn because of the uterus which fell from which uprooted from its base going fourfold. I don't know. He said in English, but that the uterus is fallen out of its place. This has been explained many chuvas. Other great posts can have to complain about this. He said, okay, the Rashi holds that way. Nevertheless, Rashi, Rashi does the other way. How can I this course in the opinion of one posting? It's the Bach and the Shach. But according to what we explained, Rashi v'Taisus feel they came. Rashi says, the whole is not the derech to see blood this way. But if you pay Rishim Kamar Rashi Kam see Lamau. Without saying according to Abshan Rashi and Sif Lamed Aleph, in this case, I feel if you mashkulo Tav Subadiv Rashi, but even according to everybody assumed the words Rashi, that's according to Rabbi, not according to Rabbi, because Yochachnu bebiru b'Sif Lamed Beis. Clarified earlier. And we clarified even Baye the tzarech dafka b'kein shofers to paluye. You have to specifically be like a tube or in crevices on the outside. But pieces of the drops of blood within a piece ain't no clue. It's nothing. Rava gam perishataisis mitar b'choyin k'mos chavasiv lamed hay. According to Rava, according to Rava, according to Taisis, it's also Torah. Can't have this Rabbeinu Shimshon. All the gam perish Rashi and Taisis, according to Arukh HaShulchan's learning, this chapter comes out also according to Rashi and Taisis. I invite my friend to see from test and see what you were going to write. Evidently, it's in test. That's in tomorrow's Arukh HaShulchan. Lamechas v'nei akopanim l'chol perushim idchay lochach mei Rabbi Yochim shavishim beichayim apeles chatich korim yesh b'adam agra b'tmeya. We reject, according to all interpretation, we reject the Rabbi Yochim said name of Shivachai. There's a woman who miscarries a piece and rips it open. If there's blood collected inside, she's tmeya. There's not even according to Taisus. So Rabbi Lezer, only according to Rabbi Lezer, only not according to Rabbanan. Kosher Beis Rashi Rosh, it's only according to Rashi and the Rosh. Kamfacham Rava, Kamfur, it's only according to Rava. Chayin Lokas V'Torshunach Meim Razu. That's why Torshunach did not bring down this Meim of Rabbi Yochanan Evshim Beichai. Rambam says Al Perkei Dinidal Kasav. He writes. The Rambam writes. If you look at the Kruah V'Dam Agru B'Tocha, she carries a piece which is ripped and there's blood collected within it. She's Tmei Akal Shunach. Rabbi Messi Sigalov. Rabbi actually argues with him. He says, so this is not going to Allah. In conclusion, this statement is rejected. But that's bar the Rambam Oimed Ladina B'Shita Sataisus. It's good the Rambam holds the halacha like the Taisus. The company didn't design because of Tishov Torah writes the halacha of a tube that's tar. Shemar Chule B'Vsora, it's got to be in her flesh. She's got to see blood coming through her flesh like women see. Women don't see through Lashoina. Before the din of Chaticha Krua, he writes in Halacha Gimel, a woman miscarries a chaticha, a piece. Even though it's red. If it has blood, it's tummy left over, not it's torah. Even if the chaticha is ripped open, even if it's me'adam, it's found to be full of blood. I raise the torah, she's torah. She ain't the dam nida dam chaticha. It's not blood of nida, it's blood of the piece. Like on shara. Seven like comes to Rashi, she ain't the dam nida cloud. It's certainly good like Rashi. It's nice to be dam nida. But look at Be'er Shitaisim says a custom. Now like Tosis says when he says that's a custom. Dikadi Be'er Tosis according to if it's going to Tosis. It's a custom, even though it's dam nida and that's not matami in this manner. Having the time b'bsara come over shofar, so you should have written there's a custom of b'bsara like by the tube. Well, so at least write the din shofar previously. And then afterwards it's halacha. Okay, we could say it's going on relying on what came previously. But since the din shofar he writes later on, at a distance from this halacha, it's explicitly it's explicit. It's not on account of it has a custom like the tube. The lav dam nido club, it's rather not dam nido at all, dam basa, but blood of flesh. So what about afterwards? He writes a halacha of a ripped piece, which is tameh. Because in a ripped open piece, the blood is open to the walls of the womb. It's like the crevices which you spoke about. This could be, in fact, damnida. And he says that his gears of the Gemara, interestingly enough, Arukh HaShulchan, is that she miscarries a piece which is ripped, but not like the gears which we have, that she should rip it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it's not ripped, don't rip it. You're okay. Dina calls like Tosis. But the Tosis, so now if you shaticha mavsekes, Beinadam goes to rechem avadanida. But the Tosis holds even when the chaticha is interrupted between the blood and the walls of the womb, it's damnida. But the Torah nevertheless says it's not in tamir because it's like the tube. You saw the design on damnida. He holds it's not damnida altogether. Shakrua. They ain't have sake, but if it's ripped and there's no interruption, havi damnida, then it's damnida. I think that's separate cases, but Allah will say cases. It's not for the same reason. We'll say the Gamrava separate. Rava also says the way look much custom of that's a thesis, but see Lamed Hey, not like we said in the thesis opinion Lamed Hey. Practice says variety. You see Lamed Tam. Yem Shalom Psichas Akev Blood Dam. I ain't Sham. The Ravid says, wait a minute, it's not possible to open the surface to have blood coming out. Avaram Pasuk Rabbanan, but Rama Paskins like Rabbanan. The Efsham Psichas Akev Blood Dam. It's possible for the cervix open, there be no blood. Moshe Chabezer Rav Magen and Chuk Moshe Leil Siv Chafei. Magmisha says like he said previously in Siv Chafei. Mem. It's possible to say in a different way. In fact, in truth, we need a reason. Why, if there's an interruption between the blood and the walls, it's not damnida. And if there is an interruption, it is damnida. The Rambam destroys the distinction between the lashon of full of blood and lashon of blood is collected within it. That's why he said, if the piece has no empty spot, it's got a lot of blood, but it's completely flesh. Drops of blood throughout that piece of flesh. That's blood of a piece, not blood of nida. Suppose when there's an open space, like a tube, it's full of blood. In other words, there is like a place where its blood is collected. It is blood of nida. That's why I wrote a piece which is ripped. Doesn't mean a piece is ripped on the outside, like he said till now. It's going to be a different shot here. Ella, rather, in the middle of the piece there's a rip. A little bit difficult, but it's like a makam panui, like dam psulim is chiburim michbar, right? According to that opinion, I think I forgot those words a few days ago. It's collected inside. No matter can, but if we say that ancient, so she does the thesis. It's not like thesis. Thesis like God Torah. According to thesis, in this manner she's Torah. It's in the inside. She does the of the Rambam Tamei because it's collected. On the contrary, but there's no empty spot on the inside. Even if it's crevices on the outside, it's possible Rambam's Torah. Their meaning is Zel Dam Chaticho. We would say it's the blood of the peace. Tais Tummy Koy does be Tummy. Ram Dichel Melashon Agur. Rambam's language infers that the Lashon from Lashon Agur, gathered, collected, Shukshadam Nesa Mokameros. And the blood is collected in one place. Oger Bakaites, like collecting in the summer of Pascha Mishle, Nafkamina Dina Benarushim. And there's going to be enough Nafkamina Ladina between the interpretations of the Rambam. Memal, Yeshli Lav Uriah, Payers, Zemediver Ramban, Shevi Rajba, Zelashana. I'm not sure to bring a right from the Ramban to the Rambam, but okay. Omar Abai said, Chule Mar Savar, the Hainu Chachamim, Chacham hold that Darka, Shall Isha Lios Dam Chaticho. It's a normal way of women to say blood, see blood in a piece. Because him Leo Dafka Torah. But if it's full, but therefore if it's full, she's Torah. They know Dam Nida Dam Chaticho. It's not the blood of Nida, but the blood of the piece. Avadam Agur B'Tmeah. But if the blood is collected on the inside. In other words, I should say that it's full of little drops of blood on the inside, not like I said before a minute ago. It's full of drops of blood, and those drops of blood are scattered throughout the chaticha. That's tar, but because dam chaticha. But if the blood is collected on the inside, that's tmeah. And Rabbi Yochanan Mamash, that's Rabbi Yochanan. It's actually like goes like Rabbi Yochanan Shomer Yesh Badam Ogur tmeah. Collected blood, it's also. No matter what, there's no blood. There does not see blood in the piece. Therefore, she's if she saw the tube. Okay, I know it's the Rambam, but it's pretty clear. He has the distinction between full and collective. Rashi argues on him. It's for the Ramban, but that's for the Ramban. But he says admits the Ramban and Ramban don't go together. According to the Ramban, Rava said everybody agrees that you don't see blood in a chaticha as a nida. To be made the Agur Torah, the Rava Lefi. So if it's collected, even according to Rava, it's Torah. Rava looks like Rava. But even though the Rambam would agree with that, according to the Ramban, whether it's Mole or Agur, it's Torah. The Malaya Gama Baitar, because Malaya, if it is full of blood scattered throughout the piece, also going by its Torah. Over Agur shell, over Agur, the Rava Ganke Torah, and if it's collected in one place, according to Rava, also it's Torah. So Psak with the Rash could be true, also going to the Rambam and the Ramban. Because when the womb is falling apart, it's not collected blood in one place, it's full of blood in the piece, in the pieces. The bracket says here, Rashi refers to plika bit the shia velo polypluia. Rashi says when it's smooth and not creviced. They polypluia tmei. According to him, when it's crevices, it's tummy. But he rejects that perush. Ayin Sham. According to that which explains ain't still Makora but say the Shimshon. No, there's no contradiction from everybody else from Shimshon. Adar on the contrary, Rashi replaces Filei Ganke Krabeno Shimshon. They also elect the Rash. Sivlam Beis Sivlam Rei. Gamal Rambam Ramban Yecholios Kain V'Duk. So could be the case according to Rambam and Ramban. Membei. So I thought if I arise from Beno Shimshon. Okay, now let's get down to brass tacks. This is what the Rosh says. Perish Harash Mikutzi. Marcus Lehman wrote a whole book about the count of Kusi, because in one place, evidently it's a typo. It says not Harash Mikutzi, but Hasar Mikutzi. And with that, he wrote a whole historical fiction novel. Perish Harash Mikutzi is Bahar Plige, B'chulei Rabbanan Savre, Rabban hold the Ein Darko Shal Isha Liros, Dam B'chaticha. But women don't have a derek to see blood in a piece of Afghan Puli, even if it has crevices. The Kamish Rosa, the Achanoshim Magilos, she doesn't see like normal women. Players just start Afghan to have a dam nida, even if it's nida blood. But now they Basara, and the blood touches her flesh. So there's a lot of heterin there. Shimshon passes away where a woman whose uterus has been uprooted. I say some things like piece of flesh fell into her outer birth chamber. The tiara celibilo is matara to her husband. Came shane derech nashiros because women don't normally see that way. Akan l'shon. Lashon Torah is who over nacher. Torah is somewhat different. It says Ches habin Shimshon ma'isa b'isha shnei karmakoshala. He did a ma'isa with a woman whose uterus became uprooted. Something like piece of meat fell into the outer piece of flesh, fell into the outer chamber. The lawyer simple seconds so it's close man also continue say so she didn't stop seeing dam nida at the same time those pieces, or dam I guess, saying that those pieces were in the outer chamber. Of Tierra Solvala, and he was matara to her husband, came and chained Derek usually it's not the normal way in which women see blood. I can't show the tour. Mem Gimel, Kasar Rabbeinu Beis Yosef B'Sefer Agadol Beis Yosef Beis Moshe to Masha Shayisa Roa Dam Mamish. The language of Torah, it's mashma that she sees dam mamish, like I just said. Nevertheless, the Rashi is matar b'nei shetola. It's because he assumes that the blood was came from the pieces when they're in the outer chamber. Since at the time it was uprooted, there was no blood, only in the piece. It's tar, and the blood only came out when it got to the outer chamber. It doesn't stay away from the rush. But rather whole pieces of flesh came out. And the blood was inside the pieces. And their crevices, even the crevices is matar. Because a woman doesn't normally see blood in this manner. Down the head, you have below Khadira, but if she saw blood outright without the piece. That's not Rashi's head. Spouse in such a manner should be told. Even though we do assume that makos are motidab, and we can say not a nida. Hani mila mako should be explained. That's a mako which is on the side. Avlo mako should makor itself, but not a mako which is in the makor itself. Lachain so klamar. They ever say the mashkasa about two or lo hisapos seconds. Whatever when the Torah says she didn't desist from seeing lava dam guy, it's not going in blood. Ela chatichos, but rather pieces. Klamar lo hisapos seconds was chatichos basa. She never sees seeing pieces of meat. Hakanshon. The koil ear it's called a seeing. Mishum the tocha chatichos ish dam, because inside the pieces there's blood. So she sees blood inside pieces. Memdal. V'nei rabinu g'dolim yikshua mashakas to the local linon b'makar shemakor atzmo. Okay, well, that what you said, you don't assume it's from a makar in the makor, that was not going to help us. That's a question. Had the rabbini's bar, but Simon could be signed. And said, the talina me makar shemakor. We do assume a makar makor is tar. The Gemara freshly, it's supposed to Gemara. I have a wound inside behind the cervix. If you say makar vadai talina above, it's definitely a makar. We assume that the blood comes from there. That's the Gemara. Moshe Bacham Adani Yontif and Taz and Maram Lublin. Furthermore, this is a mako. You can't lama tala rush harash b'feirusha. Well, that's the case. Why is this good a mako? Why does the Rash have to do with this interpretation? Miyachlok was going to argue that it's like a mako. It's fine. They also asked the body gam lush harash mora shoysa rodamim achar filsakor. Rush language also seems to indicate that she saw blood after she had this forefall. And although we're in the middle of this issue, that's all for today. End of the cliffhanger.